Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. What an absolute pleasure it is to be here at the Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters Show right here in St. John's, Newfoundland. We are embracing excellence here today, talking about three big themes. We're talking about talent, technology, and techniques. I like meeting these folks one by one. And on that note, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
Yeah, I'm Andrew Troake. I am the Executive Director of First Robotics, Newfoundland and Labrador. We are a not-for-profit organization that provides robotics education opportunities for students throughout Newfoundland and Labrador.
Students at what age level?
So we do programs for ages 9 to 18. So we actually have two programs. First, Lego League for our ages 9 to 14, and First Tech Challenge for ages 14 to 18.
And so when you say robotics, what exactly do you mean? What are you bringing into the classroom?
So what we do is we provide schools throughout the province with kits. So for our middle school, we have these Lego robotic kits that come with Lego pieces and some motors and sensors. And for our high schools, we have they're kind of non-Lego kits, but they have aluminum pieces and some motors and sensors. And so the schools, teams, teachers, and students, they take these kits and custom design, build, and program robots to complete missions at a competition.
Okay, so are they assigned a task, or do they just work with them to sort of figure out what it could possibly do?
Yeah, so both programs have different challenges.
Okay.
So for Lego, the teams are tasked to complete as many missions as possible that change every year. And for our First Tech Challenge, our high school program, the teams are tasked to do a single task, but as much as possible in
Right.
2.5 minutes.
Oh, wow. And so what kind of uptake are you getting from the schools?
There's been a lot of uptake lately. Last year we had 16 teams compete at our provincial championship. This year we're hosting our provincial championships on December 6th, and we have 36 teams lined up.
Wow, 36 teams.
Yeah.
Right across the province.
Right across the province, from Lake Melville in Labrador all the way to St. John's.
Okay, and do they come in to compete, or do they do it remotely?
No, they all come to compete in St. John's.
Okay,
So our
wow.
organization, besides providing materials, we also provide travel stipends to help our rural teams get to St. John's.
Okay, and how many people will be on a team?
For our younger teams, it's usually up to 10 students.
Okay.
And for our high school, it's up to 15.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of people on a
It is
team,
a lot
right?
of people, yeah.
And so are you finding then that they're finding a passion for STEM and things like that beyond the robotics?
Oh, yes. I mean, I always say to the teachers when they're starting to do this, because they're always nervous, what if I don't get engagement from my students? And I tell them, the problem isn't getting them to start. The problem is getting them to stop.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of these students end up going off into future careers, including myself. I did robotics in university. I went and worked at Verifin NASDAQ to write financial analytics. A lot of our volunteers who help us run these events participated in the event when they were younger.
Right.
And now they're off at Kraken Robotics, at C-SPAN, at Subsea Imaging, all these
Right.
companies.
Wow. So that, yeah, they were touched by it when they were younger and now want to pass that bug on. I mean, that's a fascinating thing. So here we are, of course, in the manufacturing sector, and robotics be a big part of that, right? So what kind of conversations are you having in the room?
It's really interesting because I've gotten the chance to talk with a lot of companies, and they all have different challenges that they face. And one of the big things that's been covered at this conference is talent. Getting the right talent and the right people to foster these growing industries. And that's where our programs really come into play, because these students not just learn technical stuff with learning how to build and program, but a part of the competition is communication.
Okay.
They communicate their designs and also learn how to market it.
Right.
For our high school competition, a part of the program is teams partnering up with each other. So during the event, the teams will go around and advertise their robot and their teams to each other.
Yeah.
Create partnerships.
I'm going to tell you a story, and then I'm going to ask you to sort of give me your favorite story as well. One of my favorite robotic stories was I was at a trade show in Chicago a number of years ago, and a certain robotic arm manufacturer was there, Yellow, I'm not going to say their name, but anyway, so it had all of their robotic arms in a row, and one robotic arm at the very beginning was actually taking an ice cream cone while another made the ice cream, like a soft serve ice cream. And then it went all the way down to the end where the last robotic arm was picking up a yellow Corvette, spinning it in the air and dropping it back in place. And it just goes to show the scale of which robotic and automation can find its place in manufacturing. Tell me your favorite robotic story.
My favorite robotic story. So, This is my favorite story. It's from when I actually participated in robotics when I was younger. I competed at an international competition, the International Mate Underwater ROV competition. And we spent months preparing our robot that then, when we put it in the water to compete at the international level, started to spiral out of control as it went towards the bottom of the pool. It was definitely not our best moment, and it was, luckily, they live streamed the event and had that on their live stream broadcasting to everyone. But I mean, one of the best, like for me, that story is, and I tell it often to the kids who participate in this program, because failure is a part of success in a way. Learning from your mistakes and learning how to get back up and continue going.
Such an important point to bring up. Talk to me about sort of instilling in young people that not only is failure sort of a part of it, it's actually a big part of it, right? You've got to really, really fail fast and learn and move on, particularly in this world. Oh, yeah. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, for a lot of these students, this is their first introduction into STEM. So it can be difficult to get into, and it can be a confusing world. And it's oftentimes, we see, especially with our LEGO teams, when they develop their programs, things don't work out as effectively as possible, and they often have to make revisions. But I've seen time and time again, when these students, they start in grade 4, they grow up continuing to participate, and then getting to see them as they get to the end of their time in the program, and seeing how they've changed, how their teams create these robots is phenomenal. I have seen teams go from just barely making it to the event, from being new, to being the leaders of the event, who are now going off to do their own projects, doing beach cleanups and using their knowledge to help their communities. It's phenomenal.
Isn't it incredible? Yeah. Another favorite story of mine is I remember watching Elon Musk's face as one of his rockets blew up on, recovery. And he was just nonchalant. It was like, this is all part of this process. Hundreds of millions of dollars and hundreds of people involved in that launch. But he just saw it as, this is an opportunity to learn.
Yeah, it's part of progress, right? It's step
part
by step.
Yeah.
We have teams that it's great to see them celebrate when they see their bot move.
Right. Yeah. Very exciting stuff for sure. Last question to you. AI playing a big part in just about every conversation now. Little doubt it's impacting you. Talk to me about that.
It's interesting because in one way, the way how the students program their robots is they are making some form of an AI. Even at our junior high level, they program the robots to go do tasks, and in the actual robot game when they compete, they program it, they hit go, and then it's hands off. They can't touch it anymore. But the program is actually very much adapted to our modern forms of AI, and actually encourages students to try using AI and see how it can help them in the creative process.
Right. Wow. What was your academic journey to get here?
So, well, I never got the chance to participate in these programs, but I did find my way to MUN Engineering. So I graduated from MUN Engineering in 2022 in computer engineering. And then I went to work at NASDAQ at Verifin, financial analytics, and now here I am. When I was in university, I got the chance to finally participate in robotics, discovered this world of youth robotics, and thought I'd help make it better and offer more opportunities for the youth.
That's fantastic. It's so great to hear your story and how that's sort of flourishing right now at the moment. To go from 16 to 36 teams, pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, we used to host our event in the gym of the College of the North Atlantic. This year we have it at the Holiday Inn. Yeah. And we increased our venue size because it's growing. And now I filled up the Holiday Inn in 1 year. So we got to find a bigger spot.
Get ready, Mary Brown Center.
Yeah, get ready.
Listen, thanks very much for being on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.